Sorry about that. What's going on, everybody? Why am I so happy? Because, you know, you do the right thing and God's going to open up a road of purpose. And that's more important than any money ever. Ever. It's still a battle out there of drug and alcohol addiction. You know, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what is an addict? What is an addict of any kind? Alcoholic? What are they? You know, people will say, debate maybe philosophically that, or psychologically that an addict doesn't have to be a person that's, maybe doing it all the time or following the same characteristics as someone who is like outblasted, and they're like, like they say, like a crash dummy who's like just went all out, and they are like fully into it, like they're complete crackhead, basehead, meth head, and they're in the street and they're like, all cracked out. That's an addict. Someone who is constantly drinking, their life is messed up. You could live, what's that word? Where you're living, in any way. You're surviving or you're doing the best. And you could be an addict. See, so the thing is that this is not, this video is not to point at addicts, it's to judge addicts. This is because I was an addict, alright? Am I an addict now? I'm an addict to love and joy. Nah. I'm an addict to whipping somebody's ass. Nah, I'm just joking. But I was a whole bunch of kind of addicts, So I was an addict of maybe relaxing. I was a drug addict a long time ago. I was an addict of, I guess, maybe fighting, maybe controlling things. When they say like a control freak, maybe at a point in my life, like maybe I was a kid, or I think a lot of kids, do that. I don't know if it's because of one thing or another, because I know I seen it in kids in my in my family do the same thing I did, but they didn't. I know things didn't happen to them like it happened to me, and but I don't know. It's a weird thing in my family, but anyway, addicts and alcoholics, right? There's people out there that they have a beer with their food. They're workers. They're hard workers. They could be laborers, or they could be somebody else doing something. Very serious people with things that are of a responsible nature as an adult, as a mature person. Me, even when I could do anything, it didn't matter if I was an addict to food, drugs, or, we go through phases in life. We may not be addicts. An addict is someone who's already an adult, right? Even though I already admitted that this could be, I was a kid and everything, teenager, But someone who's already an adult, supposed to be responsible, supposed to have your own life, is whatever that is happening to them, and they just go in a downward spiral and keep going. And that's like a crash. That's a crash dummy. And that's us. That's all of us. But we climb out of it, right? We change our lives. We start to do things. We start to see things, like we start to see a higher hope, a higher horizon, or a much better looking horizon. Okay? Because we think it, you know? So the word is complacent, you know? Complacency is bad, because complacency is what happens when someone, you could have a real good dude, or a homegirl, or a person. Sorry, I didn't mean to, that was weird. But I like that, you know? You could have anybody who's real good hearted. And let's say, you know, all the regular things, okay? The regular things, like they got their life together. They might not have a fucking doctorate's degree, okay? You know, or 2 master's degree here and there, whatever. But guess what? This person's smart and can talk to people and can, you know, relate to people and gains the reciprocation, and it has people like, hey, I want to talk to you, you know? And they have wisdom. And people have different levels of wisdom, and that's okay. That's all right. You know? I can't stand when people are like, oh, this person's stupid. This person. People have different levels of life and wisdom, and where they learn things and how they learn things and how they were held back and how they weren't, you know, might have not been taught. And when people get older, some people don't even realize it, you see? So they don't know, you know, until somebody might light, or something lights a fire under their ass, and they move their ass. And they start, you know, studying and everything. But a regular person has their life together, right? Has a job, a house, and a car. I know that sounds crazy, right? Because a long time ago, a very, very, very long time ago, when a man graduated high school, he took his life savings and bought a house so he could sleep. Then, it was a long time ago, obviously, in America, a very long time ago, and the man had ideas. Okay? He didn't have to get a job. He had all this land, farm, tools, things. He could make things, sell things, do things, grow things, sell them things. You see, so everybody that did that could do that at a high school level. And it was all over the land, everywhere. I don't want to turn this into a story that's like, oh, because this happened and this happened. That's true, because then there are apartments and homelessness and drug addiction, hello, but that's not exactly what this is about. This is about the change, or not the change, but the turn in, I don't know if it's a change. I don't know if it's a turn in my road. I don't know what this is that's happening, but my heart is filled with wanting to help addicts, alcoholics, and people who want to turn their life around and want to do something really great with themselves and their lives.
What makes a cool phone to me, it...
Like the taste of fresh apples? It ain't.
So praise the Lord. I've been on here for 10 minutes and I've hardly said anything. That's not how you handle things. Okay? I'm joking. about myself. I felt the feeling like the world was coming apart, and I had to feel a feeling in order to be able to function as a human being. Are people that got their shit together functioning that might have a drink to make them feel like they have to function? Are they addicts? Are they the type of addicts that allow their lives to downward spiral and wind up in a place? This is not to offend. This is a wake up. It's not smart to be in a, like, oh man, my life went in a downward spiral in 2024 or 2023 or 2022 or 2020. All right? Doesn't matter. My life went in a downward spiral. I was addicted to heroin or crack or meth, whatever. Okay? Or I drank and I crashed the car and I DUI or whatever they say, DWI? DUI. And I went to jail. I didn't lose my house, but I lost my job. I'm backed up in bills. The city, is it the city? Like, oh, your house, something out. I was like, oh, right? And he was, an alcoholic. But what was I gonna say? And there are people that are like the bottom, at rock bottom. Now, I'll tell you, rock bottom is homeless in the street, and you're an addict, and you're being complacent in the street, addict. Oh my God, that to me is like, like you. Oh, you got to survive. That's not surviving. That's called complacency. From either the street or you're in a corporate building and you fucking keep doing it, but you keep sniffing that coke. You're like, nope, don't worry, we're gonna make it. And you're doing it. You are doing it. But then in the end, what happens? You made it. You got your pot of gold. You're not the homeless one. You're the rich one. But then all of a sudden, you're laying in your excuse me. Your, what do they call it? High rise, right? The high rise, whether it's New York City or Los Angeles. You're laying in your thing and you're sitting back in your fucking comfortable chair, right? And you got fucking stacks around you, and all of a sudden you have some kind of reaction that probably nobody ever seen before, and your nasal cavity explodes. Because whatever you did, somebody gave you something. They were jealous. Life goes like that. That's horrible, right? That's an ugly, like, oh, that'll never happen. No, you'll just go in a downward spiral and be homeless. And be fucked up. And then surviving homeless like that. This is not to start problems with people. This is to wake up the community. I was talking community before when I realized my own heart was broken for me not thinking even like normally or like how you say naturally to respond, because that when I did the video about promoting the fair, but that I had gave a flyer to a police officer, right? And then when he said, "Oh, is this for the community?" I was like, because in my mind, immediate community, I thought, oh, like maybe a more thumb down, like all these rules and stuff. And you know what? I was wrong. And I'm right at the same time, but my feelings were weird. Not weird, just like, I don't know, like community. I thought, oh man, you can't, maybe, in my mind, I was like, oh, like this song or one of the, what if somebody says, oh, you shouldn't play that song, or what, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt, I don't know why I even felt that way, because I didn't connect. I was like, oh, community's like rules, and that was dumb, right? But the best part about it, even though I'm admitting, and that is kind of like weird and dumb, but that the immediately, not that I decided this or thought that and had to think about it, I immediately, I said, wait a minute. Community, that's everybody. Why am I, because, I guess maybe the way the cop was, he was very stern, not meaning to in any bad way, just a normal, he's a police officer, right? Police gotta kind of be like that anyway. And so, he said, is this for the community? And I was like, but, like, in my mind, right? It was a few seconds, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I was like, oh, man. Because you know what? In a way, at the time, my mind was maybe on the event that we were doing, I guess. Somewhere in my heart or my mind, I was looking at it like I'm like this club owner. Club? Right? We were talking before, and I'm going to tell you the whole point about why I'm saying all this for addicts, right? So, when I looked at the police, I was like, oh, well, I didn't think about that, and, it was more kind of like bands and stuff like that, and he was like, oh, and he probably was like, what the hell? Like, what does he think I mean? And I was like, oh, man, why did I say that? I was so embarrassed. But the thing was that I wasn't mad. I wasn't even mad at myself anymore, because I realized that we're all community. What does this have to do with addiction? That is the community too. People, everybody is affected by addiction. When a person is walking down the street that is very aware of a drug addict that's really bad, it's noticeable for many, many years that has been, it grew. By the way, when I was a kid, we did see more than obviously one drug addict. There was a lot of drug addicts, right? Not like all over the place, but maybe like a handful in my town, which was enough for me because I saw them. And I was like, oh, man. And I was like, see that? You don't want that, right? So, you better, right? And so we grew up, oh, don't, stay away from that. But some of us choose wrong. Choose the wrong road. And, we experience these moments of time that change things forever. And we gain, instead of gaining, we have loss. Gain, loss. Because the thing is that you don't want to feel the feeling. You want to feel good. And that makes you feel good. And so think about it. What's the difference? Whether you're fucking in the street, whether you're doing okay, whether you have somebody helping you in life, or whether you're in work for, like, you're a corporate executive in New York City or Los Angeles, right? What's the difference? Seriously. Whether you're complacent or whether you're downward spiral and you let everything bad and you're completely homeless and you're surviving. Nothing. You hear me? Nothing is the difference. Because you're the same fucking person that's not just fucking yourself up, but you're causing all this horrible energy all over the earth, all over the community, all over the community, all over the community. And, I have to say that this is not against addicts. It's against everybody. Now check this out. So let's say this is just a temporary graph, right? Because I want to explain how this is not just about drug addicts. This is about a whole bunch of type of people, right? A whole bunch of different type of people that have these problems in life because of this energy that may be similar to the same thing as an addict or may not be similar. But they all kind of do this same thing. They destroy your life. But what are these other energies? You know? Why should we even learn? Why should an addict learn about that energy? Because let me tell you something. Everything in your life that is important, there's something of an energy that is not healthy for that thing. Did I say you had it? Did I say you're doing? Did I say no? I said there is an energy. For every good thing that one human has in their life that they're supposed to have. When I said, look at a regular person. A regular person is supposed to be a person that when they graduate high school, they take their life savings, they buy a house so you could sleep. You wake up, you have ideas, you have this land, you don't have to get a job. Why should we get a job growing up nowadays? Because you want to learn all the ways of how business flows and how things work and how people are. The people are the most important thing, not just for business, but because what is it? All this? This is this like a ministry thing? Yeah. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it because I never saw. Not that I never saw. I was doing it, but I kept being really like I'm just maybe I was selfish. Maybe I was just about myself, like in a sense of me wanting to feel so good that I have to shove everything that I only like in a thing and say, okay, I can help you with your life. But now I don't care. I don't even see anything. I don't care about nothing. I don't care who's who. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care. Not that I cared about that before, but I'm just saying. I don't care about nothing. All I care about is if people want to change their life. My life is not the greatest in the world, but my peace, joy, and understanding of what I'm supposed to do at the moment is absolute, and not a lot of people have that. People are like, oh, well, they have their life because of it. They're like, oh, you're like, I wish my life had purpose. I wish my life had purpose. I wish my life had purpose. Let me tell you something, addicts out there. I'm going to tell you something so magical right now, but I want to say something. I love you so much. I was there. Listen, this addiction, I promise you, it's like a flea. Bing! Okay? It is. It's a flea. You just have to have the courage to flick it away. The courage. You didn't know that? You didn't know that your addiction is like annoyed? Annoyed is an energy that won't stop bothering you until you smack it away. Like, or you do something, you get out of here, We'll get all into that in other videos. But to the addicts out there, I love you. To the alcoholics, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say just only, it wasn't about addicts, about addiction. So to the alcohol, people addicted to alcohol, people addicted to food, people addicted to sex, or not that I'm going to be, yes, I'm sorry. That makes me shy to talk about that. So, people that are addicted to anything, gambling, anything, man. know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, it doesn't matter, okay? Because you know why it doesn't matter? Because the fact that what I'm going to show you is that what destroys addiction? Light, caring, the good attributes. If you read the Bible, the part where it said, like the attributes of the Holy Spirit, or the, where it says the Beatitudes, or where it says is like the fruits of the Spirit. All those things, right? We don't feed those things because we're so proud of ourselves. I'd rather be proud of those attributes than you're so cool and you know how to be this way and you're funny and, you're a slickster, you're smart, you're smart ass, right? I suffer from a lot of things. I'm suffering from thirst of this video. I want to talk more, but this is about addictions of all kinds. Now, here's the thing, right? All these things and all these energies, right? And the problems, they're problems, you could be a person that is not addicted to anything, but you had experienced violence. So, the moment that you might think something's not right because something was said and something is not, like, you get scared, something is misrepresented in a verbal expression of a word. See? So that's why I'm laying that out there that's what, and I am guilty of it. By the way, I am guilty of that. I'm guilty of that, okay? So just so you know. See, I'm putting that white flag out there, but I'm still going forward as a person who's teaching and ministering right now. Do you understand that? See that? So I know what I'm doing that. I know it. It's okay. I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to plan anything. I'm not trying to act like somebody that I'm better than you and I am the one. No. I am telling you this because it's not hard to break addiction. That's why I'm telling you this. So this is why I'm making this video, because it's not hard. You just have to find, maybe you have to find motivation. You see how I said that? Oh, if you're not motivated, who told motivated? What if you're fucking, like, what if it's an emergency? It's not really motivation. Not the kind of motivation that they talk about. That's different, I'm telling you. To be motivated means something makes you intrigued or kind of happy, And not everybody even thinks that way. There are people who don't think in happiness, and they don't have to, and they do. I'm sorry for that, but they do. In this day and age, holy crap, that's loud. I'm gonna play this song again, really loud. I'm like, see, I'm addicted to that. You see, I have a problem, even though I'm going forward in life. But I'm not being complacent because I'm not allowing it to mess me up. But I'm admitting it, and I'm showing you. You can see on my face, like, I want to turn this fucking song, because it's a song, not only an awesome song, one of my favorite songs, but it's a reggae song, and reggae is for healing, and it's so low. I'm just going to be bad for 2 seconds. You hear that bass? That bass guitar? Oh, all right, I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm addicted to sound and working with sound. And no, not all addictions have the reaction of following some kind of bad, it's creating some kind of intricate or consecutive pattern of things that are going to destroy your life. The only thing this is consecutive pattern is knowing electrical currents of sound. That's knowing it better and better. See, so is addiction the right word? Even a learning, right? I'm loving to learn and wanting, but oh, so here's the addiction part. I could do this all the time and not pay attention to what I'm supposed to do in life to get myself by. So what if I'm not supposed? What if I'm supposed to be like working or something? Like just like for argument's sake. Oh, I suppose should be working, having some money. That way I could pay my rent. That way I could get something to eat, right? But I was so busy with this that oh shit, all of a sudden now you see what I'm saying? So that's the bad parts of addiction, right? You see? But anyway, no, I'm not that addicted to it that I'm messing my life up. No, I'm actually, it's part of what I do in my life as a, trying to get ahead in life, you know what I mean? So, whatever. Anyway, yes, it's positive. It's a positive thing. Absolutely. So anyway, sorry for that interruption. Back to the addiction. I was addicted to food, and I was dying. And to tell you the truth, I lost a lot of weight, and I'm doing good. But I'm suffering from something that was from my addiction. That I don't know what's gonna happen. But that's the way it is, you know. But anyway, so praise God, Alhamdulillah, and I'm glad to be able to talk to everybody. I want to be able to have me and Kendra talk. It's going to be an awesome thing. We're going to do this thing. We're going to go on the radio. We're going to talk about the other things, right? Like being traumatized in life that you react a certain way all the time and it causes you loss. Sometimes gain, sometimes but a lot of loss, you know? Being the kind of person that that you close yourself off and you purposely you begin to hate society. It's not really your fault, but the one person who would hate the job is the one person sometimes gets that job. Isn't that crazy? That person, right, that I just mentioned is like an introvert. You don't mess with introverts. You don't bother them. You don't bother them, right? Trust me. But guess what? You know what's so crazy? Those are the saviors because they know. They know what's supposed to be. That's why they're upset. See, if we took time to understand all the people that we think in life that they put these little marks on and say, this person's this person's like that, oh, this person's this person. Why don't you hold up? Let's find out and see what happened to that person and why they're like that. Why is that person an introvert? Why is this person an addict? Why is this person? Why does this person have PTSD and react the way they do? Or what a lot of people that are uneducated to this, they say, oh, this person's an asshole. What happened to them? Why do they act like that? You know, you ever hear that thing when they scream and say, what? Who hurt you? Everybody's hurt. Everybody's, but, and you know what? One thing I want to do is give a shout out to all the resilient, strong people out there that are making it in life, that don't allow these things to bother them, but they have them inside. Also, I want to tell you, be careful. Learn to release it. If you're releasing it, more power to you. You're doing great. You're doing beautiful. Keep going. Keep going. Keep doing that. You're releasing it little by little, or you already released it all at once, or you already released it little by little, whatever. More power to you. More power to you. I am learning how to release it. I'm learning how to release these things that on my way to my actual real healing, I'm able to now see what I really want to do. You know, I want to do this. I woke up to it because I said, you know what, I can't keep keep doing this thing in life where I have these reactions because of my anxiety. Because I'm so frustrated, you know? All the feelings you ever had of why things upset you, things upset a person and cause a person to either downward spiral, do this, do that, become an addict, become like this, be this type of person. You can't get along with people, you can't talk to nobody, you can't hate everybody because everybody's a fucking asshole and everybody's stupid and everybody's a fucking dishonest person and nobody likes to talk. Everybody's scared. You fucking pussy. What are you scared of? And when I say that, I'm not talking about the people that when you're looking at somebody, you ask them a question and they don't answer you. I'm not mad or hate a person like I used to. I used to really do that. I used to just I couldn't stand it. But you know what?